Thinking about the 2025 Dacia Spring? Watch this first. Welcome to Supercar. The EV market is packed with high-tech, high-priced options. But what if you just want something simple, affordable, and electric? That's where the 2025 Dacia Spring comes in. Petrol prices are through the roof, making traditional gasoline cars an increasingly expensive option for everyday commuters. The hunt for affordable alternatives is more intense than ever. Electric car manufacturers are locked in a technological arms race, each one flashier and pricier than the last. The market is flooded with high-end models boasting the latest in tech, but with price tags that are out of reach for many. And then there's Dacia, a company known for building cars as basic and reliable as a hammer, tossing a grenade into the mix with the Dacia Spring. This isn't just another electric vehicle, it's a statement. This little electric runabout promises to do what no other EV has done before: make electric motoring genuinely affordable. It aims to bring the benefits of electric driving to the masses without the hefty price tag. It's dirt cheap for an EV. But does that mean it's too good to be true? Let's break it down. Hit that like button and subscribe to Supercar so you don't miss out on more real-world car reviews. One thing is for sure, the Dacia Spring isn't messing about when it comes to price. Starting at a price that would barely get you a used hatchback a few years ago, the Spring undercuts the competition by a country mile. Even the top-of-the-range model, with all the bells and whistles, and by bells and whistles I mean electric windows and a radio, comes in at a price that makes you wonder if they've forgotten a digit. Leasing options are equally tempting, making the prospect of electric motoring accessible to a whole new demographic. But is this bargain basement pricing too good to be true? Right, let's address the elephant in the room. This is not a luxury car. You won't find plush leather seats, adaptive suspension, or enough computing power to launch a rocket. What you will find is a surprisingly spacious cabin for its size, with a refreshingly simple layout. The driving experience is, well, let's just say it's an experience. The acceleration is, shall we say, leisurely. The suspension is about as forgiving as a concrete block, and the body roll in corners will have you believing you've stumbled onto the set of a Fast and Furious film. Here's the thing about cheap, cheerful little cars: they tend to get a bit overwhelmed when you ask them to do too much. The Spring is no exception. With a full load of passengers and luggage, the already sprightly acceleration becomes positively glacial. The ride, which was never exactly what you'd call comfortable, becomes downright bouncy. And the handling, well, let's just say you'll want to avoid any sudden maneuvers. But then again, if you've got a car full of people, you're probably not in a tearing hurry anyway. Section 5. Steering and handling, finding your way in a crowded market. Navigating through a crowded market can be daunting, especially when every brand is vying for your attention. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but with cars. The key is to know what you're looking for, and to stay focused amidst the noise. Dacia has made some tweaks to the steering for the 2025 model, claiming to have improved feedback and responsiveness. This is a significant move, considering how crucial steering feedback is for a confident driving experience. The new model promises a more engaging drive, making it easier for drivers to feel connected to the road. And you know what? They're not entirely wrong. The improvements are noticeable, especially when navigating tight corners or making quick maneuvers. The steering feels more intuitive, allowing for smoother transitions and better control. While the steering still feels about as connected to the front wheels as a carrier pigeon, it's at least predictable now. This predictability is a step forward, reducing the guesswork and making the driving experience less stressful. However, there's still room for improvement. You point the wheel, the car eventually goes in that general direction. Progress, I suppose. It's not lightning fast, but it's reliable. For everyday driving, this level of responsiveness is adequate, though it might not satisfy those looking for a sportier feel. The handling, however, remains a bit of a mystery. Despite the improvements in steering, the overall handling still leaves much to be desired. It's as if the car has a mind of its own sometimes, making it challenging to predict its behavior in certain situations. It's not quite as bad as throwing a dart at a map and hoping for the best, but it's not far off. The unpredictability can be frustrating, especially for those who value precision and control. While Dacia has made strides in some areas, there's still a journey ahead to perfect the handling. Section 6. City Slicker or Motorway Mishap. The Dacia Spring is a city car through and through. Its compact dimensions, nippy handling, well, nippy might be pushing it, but you get the idea. and surprisingly tight turning circle make it perfectly suited for navigating congested urban environments. On the open road, however, the Spring's limitations become glaringly apparent. With a top speed that would get you overtaken by a particularly motivated snail, motorway driving is an exercise in patience. Overtaking? Forget about it. You'll be lucky to maintain the speed limit on an uphill incline. Section 7. Juicing up. The cost of staying charged. The Dacia Spring's Achilles heel, like many electric vehicles, is its range. With a real-world range that probably wouldn't get you from London to Birmingham without a serious case of range anxiety, the Spring is best suited for short hops around town. Charging times are also nothing to write home about, though they are manageable if you've got access to a home charger. Thankfully, the cost of charging is where the Spring really shines. With current electricity rates, a full charge will set you back about the same as a couple of pints of milk. Section 8. Spring versus the competition. Can Dacia hold its own? So how does the Dacia Spring stack up against its rivals? In a market flooded with electric vehicles, each boasting its own set of impressive features, the Dacia Spring has a lot to prove. It's not just about being another electric car, it's about standing out in a crowd of well-established competitors. Well, let's just say that if this were a boxing match, the referee would have stopped it by now. The Dacia Spring, with its modest specs, seems outmatched when you look at the raw numbers. But numbers don't tell the whole story. Cars like the Citroën EC3 with its stylish looks, comfortable ride and significantly more powerful motor make the Spring look like a child's toy. The EC3 offers a premium experience from its plush interiors to its smooth driving dynamics. But here's the thing, the EC3 also costs twice as much. This is where the Dacia Spring starts to make sense. For those who are budget conscious, the Spring offers an entry point into the world of electric vehicles without breaking the bank. And that's the Dacia Spring's trump card. It's not trying to be the best car on the market, it's trying to be the best car for the price. It offers a no-frills, straightforward approach to electric driving. It's not fancy, it's not fast, and it's not particularly good to drive. But for many, that's not the point. The Dacia Spring is about practicality and affordability. But it's cheap, cheerful, and it gets the job done. For daily errands, city commutes, and short trips, the Dacia Spring is more than adequate. It's a car that meets basic needs without any unnecessary extras, making it a sensible choice for many. Section 9. The final verdict. Is the Dacia Spring 2025 right for you? The Dacia Spring 2025 is not for everyone. If you're looking for a high-performance electric vehicle with all the latest tech and gadgets, look elsewhere. However, if you're a city dweller on a budget who needs a cheap and cheerful way to get around town without breaking the bank, or the planet, the Dacia Spring might just be the perfect car for you. It's basic, it's a bit rough around the edges, but it's also honest, affordable, and surprisingly practical. And in today's world, that counts for a lot.